Alright, everyone, we are back here on Joe's favorite map, Bertagala, uh, the City of Death, and, yeah, Joe's favorite map, the most important part of it. I'm disgusted. I see. Medium towers. Damn, that sucks. That's disgusting. We got ourselves a 3v3 here, brought to us by the great Madara Uchiha, the second best Uchiha that is out there. And we'll start with his army for the comps. He's bringing us Carthage. He's got the appropriate general, the noble cavalry general, so I do want the attackers to win. He's got himself a fixed ballista, a mercenary Balearic slinger, 3 mercenary Cretan archers, 4 Libyan infantry, 4 Celtic warriors, 3 mercenary Italian swordsmen, and 3 mercenary Scutari. Like the army, I don't normally bring, what is it, a lot of that. That's pretty much very similar to a build I bring. I don't bring the Celtics is what I don't bring. I kind of function around it, but it is a very solid army with pretty good mid-tier with that Libyan. I think is probably one of the better mid-tiers out there. And all these factions have amazing mid-tier on the attack. Speaking of that, let's move on to the next one. Galatia, brought to us by Trinket Men. Noble Horse General, 1 fixed ballista, 1 Celtic slinger, 3 mercenary Syrian archers, 6 Galatian legionnaires, 7 Galatian swords, and 1 Levy freeman. I actually really like this army. Could probably swap that Celtic slinger out for a round. Don't think that's necessarily too important, but good number of legionnaires and a good number of swords. I love the swords as a lower tier infantry. Legionnaires a solid mid-tier infantry. Final attacking army is Arverni, brought to us by Ready to Die. We will salute him. He's got himself an Oathsworn General, 1 Scorpion, 4 Gallic Hunters, 4 Celtic Warriors, and 9 Chosen Swordsmen. A lot of Chosen Swords. Really no high tier for any of the attackers. They're all functioning around that heavy mid-tier build. Chosen Swords, Galatian Legionnaires, with Evan, Libyans, and Scutari. Carthage actually, I think, might have the most amount of low tiers. No, Galatian swords are the most. But on the defense, we have the Odrysian Kingdom, brought to us by Arlo. We have Pontus, brought to us by Jeff Rush 96. And we have Epirus, brought to us by Hannibal. Pity he's not playing Carthage, would have been fitted, but if I don't at least see 1 elephant for Epirus, I will be disappointed. A man named Hannibal needs elephants. Oh god, that's a medium battering ram as well. Oh, that's disgusting. Oh god, that is horrendous. I know it doesn't actually matter because no one really targets them anymore, unless they're light, because it still takes too much. But still, that's painful. Why would you bring mediums? Why? But let me know your predictions. I've been told this is an interesting one, and I can definitely see it with an Epirus and an Odrysian on defense, and a Pontus. I imagine a non-standard defense, because a standard defense will definitely get crushed when it comes to these 3 attacking factions. But that's enough of me yapping. Let's get into the battle.
These walls will not stop us, men! Once their defenses have fallen and their warriors put to the sword, you may claim what you will as your choice of spoils. This is my gift!
A true heroic general there, giving his men their choice of spoil. What a hero. Have immediately going for that corner wall, that's the best. Now, are they going to do the dumb thing of literally just only attacking in the corner? That'd be the question. I don't know if they will. I don't want to go on another rant today. I do not have the energy in me. I'll be honest with you. We shall see. It looks a little more... Oh, that's an interesting lead. Chariots by themselves. Now you see, that seems like a really dumb idea. The only way I would do that is if I had guerrilla troops already here, so that they can engage the front line and I can get in. Yeah. I would pull back too. They're not fucking idiots. Well, he actually has Galax over here to throw javelins on anyone who tries to sneak this way, and then his general to finish it off. Why are you going back? They're in a better position now. Go, just leave. Leave, leave, leave. A good response there. Exactly what you want. Which I'm assuming is also the reason that they have all these Josens on the flank. Just to prevent anyone from sweeping around here. They'll get engaged by some pretty good infantry. Celtic warriors are having the shit beat out of them because they know they're going to get stopped soon. They're trying to get as many kills as possible. Nice. That artillery at 26. That one's still at 0. 94. Is he going to break 100? Yes. The answer to that is simply yes. Doing a good deal on those Galax. That is actually a perfect strike, getting 2 units there. Yeah. Just keep targeting there. 26. Getting them well. Those guys are being torn into really well. That should probably be the last volley. Yep, there we go. Last volley, and these Galax are just absorbing all this ammo. This is a waste of the Thraeos. Someone forgot to turn them off fire at will, and as such, those Thraeos may run out of ammo. Wasted on a single Celtic. Honestly, do not go there. Stay over in this fight. Stay in range of the Thraeos as long as possible, and hope to absorb all their... Oh my gosh, the archers are firing too. That's a huge screw-up. Epirus immediately screwing up. He did not turn off fire at will for his archers. He did not turn off fire at will for his Thraeos. Honestly, if he kept his Thraeos over here, I'm fine. Ooh, and they're getting shot in the back. Nice. I mean, those Falksmen just ate. I mean, I imagine nothing else. I'm assuming they're going to burn that in a second. Holy shit. There's actually none of those guys alive down there. 26th. He started firing again. Galax, they can take out that Gallic. Someone needs to land and deal with that fucking artillery piece, please. He's just getting so many unnecessary kills. Someone needs... Look at that, they're already inside. Yep. Burnt it down. Celtic's coming in, that's I would not be charging down this pathway because if that breaks, these units are dead. I actually want to see if he loses some units to it. He might actually make it. Nope, never mind. He's backing off. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this, you idiot? No! Oh, he's trying to bait units into it. I see. Maybe. Yep. Look at all those men who died. Yeah. Wasn't too crazy. Not too many were close enough, but I mean, a few did end up dying. And Foxes are going to eat the flank. Yep. What I expect. Just a little shake right on in. And let's see what those Foxes kills get up to. Ooh, that just chopped up for a second. Back out. Yep. 30 kills. Get those foxes out of there. They broke through. How's that going? 96. One more hit. If that's broken. Okay, they are going to go for the line, it looks like. Which again is a dumb strategy. If you do not... Don't feel like arguing, but it is a dumb strategy. And all those who think minimizing your attack options and allowing the enemy who has less resources and less money to defend, giving them a free extra choke point is a good idea, you're an idiot. Simple as that. That's all I'll say on that. I've argued it enough times. Giving your enemies less places to defend never works out. 120 kills there. Honestly, if you went in now, I would say Gallics in now, get people in this corridor here. Use that Gallic as a first flow force to block off those defenses. You actually have a pretty good defense there. But if that Gallic doesn't go in, and you just let the enemy form up closer up, you just screwed yourself. And to be perfectly honest, these guys have not turned off fire at will once, from what it looks like. So I mean, hey. Listen. And don't think I'm against the idea. I don't mind a few units going here, or a few units guarding a flank you know you're not going to attack, just to block off the enemy arcs of fire. That's a good idea. This isn't. Because now the enemy knows that you're not attacking this corridor. Can still attack this one, so they have to be cautious. Yeah. Dude, get this Gallic in, please. Just get this Gallic in, so you can force the enemy not to be able to reinforce as well, because now that you only have 1 point of attack, I know the Falksmen are going to get shot, but these Falksmen already have... Yeah. The Falksmen are already at 80 kills, they've already paid for themselves. Falksmen are so cheap, and you just shot the shit out of yourself. That is now 3 volleys that have been used. To be honest, for a Falksman trade, that is worth it 100% of the time. They're going to get almost 100 kills, waste 4 or 5 volleys of ammo, and bam. I would take that trade all day, every day. 39, less so. I don't know what they were charging into. I don't know where they got caught off. Do not send Thracians into this corner. It blocks their charge far too much. Please actually support this infantry so you're not just attacking around a corridor. Please, yes. Galatia is doing good work here. Okay. I take back what I said. They are doing good. They have a few towers blocking and a few towers in. Thank God. They're actually putting pressure on other points, which is going to allow them to overwhelm. It looks like Epirus by himself. Yeah. If that's Epirus by himself, yeah, you are going to be able to... Yep, especially with Averni coming on into support. This is exactly what you want. Now reinforcements can't... I should say, I did the flag the wrong way. Reinforcements are more limited to come this way. With that, you can funnel... You can get the enemy on 2 angles. Here, down the center, and you can thin up and go here and overwhelm the enemy. Especially now that you force them forward. Holy shit. When those Illyrian levies have kills, I wouldn't fire at those Illyrian levies. They're already dead. You're going to just start your own guys. Get those Gallics in like that. Get ready for those Chosens to go here. And you limit those Falkses. That's fine over here. You're not attacking as far over there, so it works out. Yeah, you can see Pontus has Pontic Swordsman up here. Press your advantage as hard as possible right now. Do not throw the volleys. Actually save the volleys because you have to fight other units, and your units are actually better. So don't give the Celtics more shots in, especially because you have less men in places. Yep. Now those Eastern Spearmen are going to try to flank. Hit them. Genuinely just hit them, break them, and go further and get reinforcements to start flowing this way. Yeah. That was a huge mistake. You're just shooting the shit out of your own Falksmen at this point. That was a huge friendly fire. You did not have enough arc there for that. And yep, see? They've already cleaned up this side because the enemy weren't able to funnel all their forces this way. The front line over here is breaking, and they're already forced back. Very minimal losses. Wonderful job for the attackers, to be honest. A few Italians, a few Gallics down. Chosens are forming up well. You know they're there. This is where you get one of your Gallics right here. And blast them. If the unit's getting stuck, which is a pity. It needs to go. It needs to go. Come on. Come on. Oh, it's finally moving. Yeah, I hate that corridor. Yep, finishing off that. Go this way and get to it, I would say, with another unit. Yep, that corridor is broken, and now they're in. Almost no losses. This is looking perfect for the defenders to be, or the attackers to be perfectly honest. Within Odrissan Kingdom, your most profitable portion that you're going to contribute is in these outer layers, especially in a choke point fight, because then you can funnel in and out and cycle. While on a wider front, you can get some charges, but you're going to be more reliant to attack. And you don't want to be a sustained attacker as the Odressans. Yeah, archers are just going to come in and start bodying them. Those are full health Thracian bows. I would run. Oh, that's a ballista. Oh, that's going to be perfect if you're going to just keep firing that. And that's actually archers. Perfect. That's exactly what you want. Those archers are pretty much going to be dead. You also want to remember to save your ammo because there's probably Thracians. Yeah. Honestly, I'm not too concerned with that. Those Cretans are not getting the best shots. Shields over the head, very few losses with a volley. They'll tear down a unit or two, but they won't be able to make a game-changing impact. And now you have these towers here. The other place, and my favorite place to actually have Thracians, is this area. No, we'll say that. Enemy hold, or you get someone holding this position, and you flow around, strike. When they start breaking in the center and diverting off, unit right there, and you can just slam and kind of spread out. That's probably the best way to play Odressin on this map. A few units up front of Falks is to support, and have your heavy hitters get ready to strike the flank. Yeah. I mean, Chosens are taking almost no damage. Yeah, they're not proving their worth here. 5 kills. Literally, yeah, 3 of them with the 3 kills on the. Yep. Still not worth it. That's 3 volleys and they're still at 124. More, I think, overall. Scutari, Scutari, Scutari. Still healthy Italian. Yep. Archers here. Eastern archers on that flank. They're forced to divert at least one of their archers there, which means that they're not going to defend this area. Oops, went too far. But when you see archers like that, they might hold in this position. They're definitely holding in this corridor. But they've basically given up this. You can plan something cheeky with an assault down this way, but that's just a waste of resources because it puts your unit out of position. Thracians are just getting ripped apart. This is why you can't just hold them. And to be honest, those Thracians are not getting a lot of kills. And this is why you don't want to do an interior defense with Uthracian. They are just... At the moment, until they break through, these guys are going to be absolutely worthless to have. Which means you're relying on Epirus, you're relying on Pontus to hold a more traditional defense. Attackers always have to be aware, of course. There's a scythe chariot at least somewhere out there. And we don't see him. You're not going to get good charges. No, you're getting kills because you're fighting Italians. But then again, the veteran hoplite, we're going to beat them as well, yeah. Not a proper, yeah. A waste of 2 Thracians dead there. That didn't need to be done. Yep, he's realized he's pulling back. He can't do shit. Which, to be honest, this would be the perfect time. Strike in on Epirus. Especially with him positioning himself that way. Because, honestly, Epirus, position yourself like this. I don't know, I did that one. Position yourself here if you have to, so you can get shots down the side. But you can't really anymore, because they have the corridor. Yep, dead. Worthless. Okay. Yep, okay, they're just going to hold the tower point. They're just holding the tower. They've given everything else up over here. And to be honest, you can't really attack this way because you get slaughtered, so your main point of attack is going to be down this corridor. Yep, the body's just eating it up. And a Scutari right on in. Dude, so many of your own Scutari hit him, getting hit by those javelins. No. Yep, even though they're winning, they're going to have to pull... Okay, the Freemen are firing better now. You've got this. Hold them in place. Yep, and those Pontics are already dropping. Actually, a pretty decent archer fight. Holy shit. Yeah, that Eastern archer is done. Target the other one. There they go. Look at that number drop. That was 3 volleys in 1. Yep, Pontic swordsmen already having to send reinforcements out, but that's a legionnaire. They're not winning that fight. Those archers are now worthless. You don't need to be honest, you don't really need to fire at them anymore. They're not going to be able to do shit. Stop them fast enough. And javelin volley. 40 dead, and get that charge in. Wonderful job with the Scutari. That Scutari has won. Now this Scutari can engage. Yep. Pretty much dead. Stopping the Pontics from trying to be a little sneaky. I don't know what they're hoping to do there. Risk. That was just a straight pull through. What are you doing, Legionnaire? I don't know if it was a retarget because of something dumb, but now that's a pull through, and that's, to be honest, an objectively worse position for you. To be honest, those archers are also... Don't fire archers where there's Thracians. As a Thracian player, you should know that. You fuck your own boys up so bad by doing that. Dude, you need to advance down this corridor right now. Hit that, hit that. You'll take volleys in the ass, but if you can get around and force them further back from that hill, you've done a great job. Or at least force them to a position where you can target them in the back. Yep, doing that with the Cretans, 176. And now we see chariots and elephants. Let's see if Galatia notices them. Get in a position to deal with them. Come on. Doesn't look like they've been noticed yet. Honestly, Galatia, you should have lined out and targeted. They just noticed. Don't you dare. Ah, I see what they're doing. They're hoping to get into position there to block, but they're not going to go that way. They're going to go right through the infantry. Win this fight with the chariots. And this pathway is going to have elephants going down it. So you're forced down to choose at one. Which one are they going to target? Neither of them is the answer. Oh my god. Galatia, what are you doing? Pontus, you need to keep moving. You can't not stop. You cannot stop. You cannot go back. That's a dumb idea. You just fucked. You just fucked the shit out of your ally, by the way. Because, by the way, chariots beat cavalry. 1. 2... You just delayed the other assault. What are you doing? You need to move. You have your side chariots pinned out. You need to move. You know, this way is blocked. You had to move down this way before they were prepped. Now they're prepped. You're going to sacrifice your ally to die. Because now you're going to go in behind them. You are a fucking dick. And you're going to... Yep, they're going to just pull back. You actually had a chance to do something real with those chariots. And I think them not charging it, them not committing those chariots, that's going to fuck them. This is what I mean. Yep, they've gotten those Chosens into the flank. This is all breaking down once these mercenaries go. Open season can get in the back of those Samnites, can go down this corridor, can win this fight. More Chosen coming down this corridor. You have the numbers, you can do it. Whatever, if you get shot in the back. You're breaking open this corridor, breaking open the choke point. That probably fucked the defenders more than anything else right there. That side chariot not committing in. 2 big misplays, in my opinion. Doesn't matter, these guys are getting shot in the back. Those Samnites are getting charged in the back and they're dead. That Samnite is dead. Get a unit in here. Get a unit funneled down. Yep, they're just going to get side charged. Actually, not even, because this Odressan player's not paying attention. And they're trying to just overwhelm the Pontics and the Thracians. Yep, perfect. I don't see many wins for the defenders so far. Honestly, none of them. No wins, no real wins for the defenders at all. I think the attackers have just outplayed them, outmaneuvered them in every sense of the word. In places where the defenders could make big plays, they've given it up to play passively. This is not a defense you can play passively on, not with the Odrissan Kingdom. They're going to do some real damage here. Don't fire here. There's not enough units. Stop firing at that position. You're just hurting the Thracians. They don't need help, and I've just saw multiple Thracians die to arrows right there. Yeah. And now the defenders will not let you, or the attackers won't let you take that position, and they can do so. So now they know the only place that these chariots or elephants can come from is over here, and they have a minute before they have to deal with them. Because they have to go all the way around now. Which means these guys have time to press their advantage, break positions, get their armies where they need to be in preparation for these guys coming up. And that's why I said it's a misplay. You needed to commit to when you threw that out that second time, because if you did so, you would have thrown chaos into the forces, elephants could have gotten in, and you probably could have crushed so much of these troops here that it's not even funny. But I don't know how you win against this massive infantry after that misplay. But we'll see. I can be wrong. Not about many things, but I can be wrong. I'm just kidding. But I'm never wrong. But yeah. Now, all seriousness, Odrissan's being forced to be the main line here. This is not where you want your infantry to be. Yep, they're just going to target it down. Who cares about friendly fire? Yeah, they don't have any real elites, except for a Chosen that can take more volleys than the Odrissans. Yep, they're just getting torn apart. Now targeting these Italians, that's less worth it. You need to keep targeting these Thracians, these nobles. Down to 108, down to 109. Why are you targeting the Galatians so... Oh, it's also only 33 men. It's the only thing they can have any sort of death to. That's actually really nice shots. Yep, just target into the flank of these Sammonites. Italians coming in. Thracians not able to get a good charge again, because again, this is not where you want to be. They'll get over 100 kills. Honestly, you want such bad Odrissan play, in my opinion. They're getting kills, yes, but they're not making any impact because they're in an area where they'll have limited say. Yeah, this unit's pretty much dead. And he didn't need to commit to this charge. You were winning anyways. So he just lost 20, 30 men with no reason. He just keeps losing more and more and more. And now he's lost even more. Yeah, 72. He's just wasting men. If you're going to play like this, bring a Kush 100% of the time if you want that good killing power, that good charge, and the ability to actually treat it like an actual army. Showtails and armored showtails are going to be what you want, not Thracian nobles. Another terrible charge. Another thing, I know people like to headhunt before then so you get the bonus to all those stats beforehand, but do not do so. It resets your charge and you lose out. It's different for other ones, but for a headhunt, you want to count 5 seconds, then activate headhunt as the charge winding down, and you're starting to lose that charge bonus. That way, when the charge bonus is gone, you're sitting there at 99 attack. And then once that's gone, you can pull out. That's probably the best way to run a headhunt. I know a lot of people like to do it on the charge in, but it's not worth it. Not with a high charge bonus unit like that, where you're wasting the charge bonus. Either that or you're headhunting so far out to give them the full charge bonus, you're wasting the headhunt. 5 seconds after the charge, activate headhunt. That's the best way to run it, and that will give you the most bang for your buck. What do we got? Libyans coming in against the Pontics. I mean, the Pontics are trying to get shield wall in. They're already so engaged in when they move in. Another dumb thing to do is activate shield wall when you're already engaged, because your unit likes to move into the other unit, and they're not attacking properly. So, they just get a bunch of free extra kills, and that unit's dead. Minimal damage. You shield wall before. You shield wall before or as they're charging in, to minimize that time period where you're not attacking them when they're hitting you. Those are my tips for the day, for those of you who get this far in, on how to play this goddamn game. Actually, this one's advantageous for Pontus until this comes in, yeah. Until those volleys come in, and they're going to be charging into the flank. Oh, those were some poor Libyans. Ooh. Pobrecito. Get more advancing. Again, you just wasted the charge. One, you wasted the charge because you charged way too close to get a proper charge bonus. But two, you did a headhunt before you were engaged, which resets your charge. Your unit likes to stop when they do a headhunt or a trample. Yeah. I would be surprised if this crests. Yep. They'll crest 100, but not much more than that. Also, that was a waste of the Intimidate. You should have Intimidated before you charged in. Who has Intimidate, by the way? What fucker brought Intimidate? Averti. If you're going to do Intimidate, use it properly so they can't charge in, or use it on the General so he couldn't pop it in. Get another one. Doesn't get a charge. Seriously. This is one of the worst Odrescent Kingdom plays I've seen. I know he's going to end up with kills because those nobles will always end up with over 100 kills if you use them half decently. But the numbers you can get with a proper Odrescent build are so much higher. Wonderful job by Averni by preventing the Thracians to be able to charge a second time. Look at that. The best charge so far is one he has an activated headhunt on. Actually, genuinely more kills than he's gotten before. Keep going. Keep going down that gap, by the way. Take that charge. Do not chase the General. Do not chase the fucking General, you fucking idiot. That's a perfect use of Intimidate right there. No ability use. And you prevent him from using an ability in there. Yeah. Fucking idiot. Nice chariot use right down the center. As they're going in, yeah, they didn't get that shield wall in time, and you just slaughter right through. Keep going, you got a corridor. Even if you die here, you've done a ton of damage to that front line. Those are some elite units that you hit, but they got noticed too fast and they're going to get just shot down. Here, though, they're going to do some real damage to these Libyans. You just have to keep clicking. Yeah. Boom, look how much, even with a shield wall, how much damage they did. 161. Yeah. 69 kills, by the way, because this man cannot charge with them. A 10-man charge. Dude, you need to learn how to fucking charge. That's my homework for fucking Odrescent Kingdom here. Who the hell is it? Arlo, you need to learn how to fucking charge your units, man. It's pathetic. I'm getting irritated. Baltus, 78 kills, probably used his javelin volleys. They're still in range, so they're just gonna die. Oh my gosh. Also, that Scorpion has ammo still. Now, they are freaking out for whatever reason. They're tweaking. Dude, these Celtics are going to have fucking chevrons is what they're going to have. They already have a chevron. 45 kills and a chevron. That's how high tier they're killing. See, look. No headhunt on the charge. It does well. Headhunt now. A few seconds later. Probably the most impressive charge he's had so far. By far. Most amount of kills he's had being in sustained combat. In this time frame. Can you get a headhunt on that Thracian noble, or you just lost, or did you just throw him away to die? Probably. Nice charge into here. This might be a problem, though. That elephant could turn the tide. Pontics coming around the flank, just keep hitting. They can stop those Balearics back. Because they're not here to kill. The Pontics, to be perfectly honest, are there to die. Get those Balearics out of position. Yep, right like that. Oh, are you actually going to flank around? Okay. Yeah. To be honest, that was the best use of the Thracian nobles I've seen all day. And he's wasted so many of them. And I probably think that Odrescent player caused the death of his team by how he played that. Noble Cav's going to die here. Yeah. They're going to lose a ton. You didn't need to... Oh, you used Battle Rhythm. You didn't use Trample. Okay. Yeah, you didn't use Trample. That's fine. Just keep your unit engaged in them, to be perfectly honest. Do not try to push through with the elephants. Just kill the noble cavalry at this point. Yep, that noble cavalry just got slaughtered. Wonderful play with the elephants. Pontics are going to follow behind him. Balearics are going to try to get some shots. Rapid reload. But you would have had to, I would say, probably moved yourself here first. Keep going, keep going. Yeah. Try to get a volley. No, you need to keep moving. What are you doing? Epirus has been pissing me off with these elephants. But a consolidation back. They've won this corridor. You're not going to push through the center here because obviously the Galatian Legionnaires are going to be at headhunt. You're going to pull the archers that actually matter back. You needed to commit to the bit. Support that Pontic where you could. If you supported the Pontic, you probably could have done something real big here. Got some good kills, killed the Balearic, but this is going to be the swan song for them. Noble Cavalry took some hits. Yeah, they were beat up by the elephant. I don't imagine them doing too crazy, but hey, they're doing what they can. They force the Pontic back. You just can't be afraid to engage at this point. Libyans need to activate Shield Wall. One of these guys need to activate Shield Wall in the front line. I would say probably, yeah, they're backing off. See, the elephants can't do anything. They've wasted their opportunity twice now. God damn it. Now, don't get me wrong, the elephants can still probably get another 100 kills or so, but they're not going to be winning the day. It's too late for that. There's not enough to win. They're not going to get that. They're not going to get that shield wall in time. Perfect. Yep, keep going. If you have javelins, get ready to javelin. Doesn't look like they do. Why are you pulling back up? Keep pushing. You need to keep pushing and getting into that infantry. Why? Why do you do this? 405 kills. You know, it did a lot more than I thought. Zala's still not going to win them the day. It's too late for them to win. Sorry to say that, but it is true. Yep. You should have committed to the archers. I don't know why you didn't. That was the dumbest... I am pissed. Epirus wasted a golden opportunity. He failed twice. Third time he finally had another opportunity to do something. He fucked it up because he did not engage the archers. Who seemed to have... or whatever shot him. He did not commit to an engagement against as much as he could. He's going to get great kills, but yeah, no, that's still a healthy Legionnaire here. Fairly healthy Galatian Sword here. That Noble Horse is staying out of the way till the death. They did a nice little charge there. That's a shield wall. You're not going to get shit from that. Another Galatian Legionnaire, yeah. It's just too late for you to do anything with those elephants. You waited too long to be worth it in the end. And even though that is an incredibly impressive, you can see the difference between being exhausted and not. Incredibly impressive showing with the elephants. Honestly, probably some of the best elephant kills I've seen. It was just wasted at this point. I don't think I'm being too harsh with the defenders. I think there were so many misplays that they should have actually won this game. There were so many points that they could have won the game that they did not commit to. What, all that's really left for defense is that Royal Peltis, which is already dying. That Pontic Royal Calf can run around for a bit, but they're still at full health. Noble Cavalry, they just took some more volleys. They have 14 men. They're not going to do shit. They are going to do shit. They're going to charge and do a good amount of damage, but each charge is going to bring them down a little bit. They're down to 12, 11. That elephant's routing. Yep, it's over. That's it. Let me know. No, while this is going. Again, attackers, multiple points of attack force the enemy to pull back before taking enormous losses, probably their biggest play. I think they worked well methodically, attacking multiple points, forcing the defenders to spread way too far out, in my opinion. Separately, what they did poorly, what I think they did probably the worst of, is capitalizing on points of contact. Though they had units everywhere, units spread out, they did not commit to all the points. The biggest one being up on that ridge. Yeah, you would have been shot, but you would have been able to force the enemies back. And when they finally did do that, when they finally did commit to that push, they shattered through that hill, and they managed to break through the center. very well. I'm trying to find something the defenders did well. What the defenders did poorly, they wasted opportunities. Odresin played in the worst way possible, to be perfectly honest. Those Thracians are going to get a lot of kills because they're going to get a lot of kills all the time. The nobles. But he was pushed into he was in an area where he's not going to have good charges. He committed into bad charges. He ruined his own charges, whether through attacking through a unit, an allied unit, or by using headhunt right before the charge committed, which reset the charge progression, which meant he didn't get a charge. You saw it. The only time the charge did well was when he didn't activate headhunt initially. Separately, the chariots had one opportunity to properly commit, I would say. They showed their hand early on with the chariots. That was strike one. You shouldn't have done that unless you were planning on fully committing, and a chariot by itself is not a full commit. That's just a suicidal waste of money. Two, when they did show their face again with the elephants, they needed to commit to that fight. Even if they would have lost the chariots, the elephants would have done an amazing job at breaking that flank, getting those Pontics to win that fight, and being able to push forward farther. They refused that hit, pulled back, and then they didn't get to be useful. They just didn't. They got bogged down in a choke point, which is not where you wanted to be. Final, Epirus. Elephants got a lot of kills. He wasted the opportunities to use them twice. Once further down the line, or once following the Pontic Royal Guard. Honestly, if you followed the Pontic Royal Guard, even though it wouldn't have been he probably wouldn't have gotten too many kills, but he also would not have taken very many losses, if any. He would have helped the Pontics win, would have taken out possibly would have forced the noble horse to back off, or have killed the noble horse like he was doing earlier, or noble cavalry, and force the noble horse off, or risk its own death. When he did finally commit it, it was far too late of a strike. It was. That was the second time. The first time was with the chariots, but the chariots didn't charge. You don't charge in. That's a dumb idea. Don't charge in by yourself. You had to commit both of you together to be able to have a chance of breaking that flank. And they would have. Honestly, with how it was set up, they would have won that flank, to be perfectly honest, because the elephants would have charged through. So many of them would have died. And I think that would have been a defender victory, to be honest, at that point. Elephants, in that final spot, they did amazing. They did over 500 kills. Wonderful elephant kills. They just had no impact. I would have preferred 100 to 200 kills with far more impact than that 500 kills with no impact, because at that point the game was already over. They lost. They were not going to get enough kills to turn the tide. I guess where the attackers did well, or the defenders did well, no, I just think they got outplayed in every facet of the game. They did. They genuinely got outplayed in every facet of the game. They coordinated well. That's all I can say. They seem to have at least worked together well enough that they didn't get overwhelmed. That's what I have to say. If you disagree, tell me what the defenders genuinely did well on. Genuinely, tell me what they did well on. Let me know. No one makes it this far, so no one's ever refuted me. That's why I know I'm always right. Fuck. I don't know. Let's get into the army comps. Let's see here. Fixed ballista for Uchiha Madara, Carthage, 100 kills. Archers, 214, 192, 215. Libyans, 315, 139, 158. Celtics, 104, or Gallics, sorry. They're not Celtics, they're Gallics. 104, 130, 190. Italianos, 177, 149. And Scutari, 110, 138, 125. Arverni, Gallic Hunters, 178, 125, 163. Celtics 126. Chosen's 136. 151. We weren't killing too much, but to be honest, they were the backbone defense. Center line, meat shield. They did their job perfectly well. They went in and they took the damage. Galatia 133 on that noble horse. No deaths. That's insane. 294 on that ballista. Syrians 181, 214, 216. Legionnaires 215, 100. Galatian swords 144, 103, 231, 127. Pretty much overall what you would expect. A lot of some decent good kills on the mid tier. Some ones on the low tier. They just did overall well together. Just a steamroller that's tough to slow down and stop. Odresin brought to us by Arlo. I mean, 124 for the Thracian General, 141, 149 for the Thracian Bowman. Fox is 134. Veterans 125. Rest of the Thracian Nobles 324, 193, 193, 153. As I said, good kills. They could have got far more. They were just put in a bad position. He put them in a bad position and he charged them terribly. He utilized them absolutely atrociously. Thracian Warriors 139. Pontus, Jeff Russ here, 218 for the Pontic Royal Cavalry, 169 for the Scythe, 104 for those Celtics, Pontic Swords 161, 165, 137, yeah. That chariot could have done so much more. Hannibal did overall the best on his team, second best overall. He's got 236 for that Royal Peltis, 563 for the Elephants, 187, 159, 164 for the Cretans, 150 for the Levies, 123, 110, 111 I mean for the Italians, Samnites 170, 103, 175. Overall, probably the best out of all the armies. I think he did really well in the second tier. I think he wasted his elephants, man. They did amazing in kills, but they had no impact overall in the game, which is sad to see. And there's a difference between impact and kills, and that I think this is a perfect thing to show. The elephants did they did the best overall, kill-wise, by far. They had no impact in the actual game whatsoever, because by that point the attackers had already won. No matter how much damage that elephant didn't matter. But it is nice to see on the scoreboard. So, with that, I hope you all enjoyed. That's it from me. Bye for now.